Hi, welcome to the first broadcast of the semester for Good Morning KU. I'm Taylor Smith.
And I'm Chris Watson. Welcome back. If you guys haven't been here, it's our first show, so bear with us. Some technical problems might come up, some communicational problems might come up, but we're here to have fun.
So we had a long weekend this weekend. Did you do anything exciting?
Well, I work at the bookstore, KU bookstore at the Oriad, so not too much is going on. There's a lot of people there for the football game, but most of them were at the stadium. What about you?
Well, I work at the hospital, so it was an interesting weekend in the emergency room over Labor Day. Lots of lake and alcohol-related injuries.
Oh, man. What hospital do you work at?
Lawrence Memorial Hospital.
Really?
Yep.
So, any crazy stories?
Yes, I can't share them, but a lot of poor life choices made in Lawrence, Kansas that end up in the emergency room.
Let me tell you, the one time I ever went to Kansas Memorial Hospital is because I took my friend Torian. He ended up choking on a piece of chicken at Cane's and had to go to the emergency room right after to get his stomach pumped for it.
A fair amount of people wake up in the emergency room in the morning not knowing how they got there, so that wouldn't be uncommon. How's your semester going? How are your classes going?
It's going all right. I started journalism 210, so basic video production. So I'm looking forward to learning more about that. What about you?
Not too bad. Not too bad. I had to drop one of my Spanish classes because the homework load was just going to be too much between work and other classes and an internship. But other than that, I think everything's going reasonably well. Read any interesting news articles this weekend?
I have not. Unfortunately, I haven't been paying too close attention to the news. I know there's a whole bunch of things going on with the Trump campaign that happened 2 years ago. I know there's a whole bunch going on with him and what he's been doing, but what about you? Have you?
I know Colin Kaepernick was named the new face of the Nike Just Do It ad.
Yes, I did see that, and I did see that they were financing him this whole time.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
They just haven't used him for the last 2 years, but he's been signed since like 2011 or something like that.
Yes, and I wonder how the NFL is going to react to that.
Yes, because Nike's the official sponsor of their uniform sponsor of the NFL, right?
Yep, for a whole 10-year contract.
A whole 10 years. Wow, awesome.
So we'll see how that goes.
That'll be interesting.
Anything else you'd like to say?
I don't think so.
Well, then we'll be back with our guests. Thank you.
Thank you.
For students searching for a way to stay active in an outdoorsy way, the City of Lawrence has bike trails running in every direction, and with the new bike share program, we can stay in shape as we tour the sights of our beautiful city. Clinton Lake is only a short 30-minute bike ride away from Daisy Hill and has the most incredible sunset location in all of Lawrence. Walking campus may give you the KU calves, but biking can give you the KU thighs. Bike Lawrence today.
Hey everyone, welcome back to Good Morning KU. I'm Carson Turner and I'm joined here with Kelly Dietrich, who has been selected as one of the new Dole Fellows down at the Dole Institute of Politics. So how are you doing today, Kelly?
I'm doing well. Thanks for having me on.
Good. And real briefly for students who might not know, you have been selected as a Dole Fellow, D-O-L-E, not D-U-L-L. What is a Dole Fellow and what do they do?
The Dole Fellows are selected every semester by the Dole Institute of Politics. Our core responsibility is to create and help put on a discussion series, a 7-week discussion series about a relevant topic, usually involved in politics somehow. This fall, we're doing a discussion series all about political campaigns. How are they run from top to bottom? Everybody thinks they know how to run for office, right? Knock on a few doors, kiss a few babies, boom, you're in.
Yeah.
How do you know what doors? How do you know which babies? What do you say when you get to the door? How are these things actually working top to bottom, start to finish?
Okay, what are some of the misconceptions about campaigning? One of the biggest things that people learn that they think they know going in, but then you tell them that completely kind of changes their perception on campaigns.
There are a lot, right? There's a science to everything, including how to run for office. And one of the things is that You are not Barack Obama. You are not Donald Trump. You are not going to raise all of your money online. Retail politicking, shaking hands, having conversations with people is critical. Absolutely critical. You can't do this without being able to communicate and have an effective interpersonal conversation.
And what are some of the ways to get involved with those interpersonal conversations?
As a candidate, I mean, this means you need to have a plan, right? The number one thing is to have a campaign plan that identify the goals that you need to win. The point of running for office is to win an election. And that's real easy. You need one more vote than your opponent on election day. So you need a plan that identifies how many votes that is, which voters there are, how you're going to talk to them, how much money you need to talk to them, and then you need to execute and track that plan over time and then adapt it based upon the results. Too many people think, oh, I'm going to announce, I'm going to run, and that's it. What else do I need to do?
Okay. And I think that's all the questions I have for right now, but I've been following some of the current news, so I kind of want to get your take on this. I know President Trump tweeted about wanting to look into Google supposed censorship of social media figures. What do you think of potentially legislation being conducted to stop censoring, or do you think it's one of those things that has good intentions but then could easily be manipulated? Just what are your basic thoughts on that?
I'm here representing the Dole Institute.
Right, right.
So that's a bipartisan, nonpartisan institute that really more students should get involved with because it's really cool, the programs they're putting on. I will answer that from a purely personal point of view.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's ridiculous, right?
Okay.
That opens up the door to government censorship. I'm just going to leave it at that.
Yeah,
and people should go Google for themselves and make their own decision rather than hearing me spout off about my own personal point of view. We do not need government intervention in deciding what stories should be run.
All right, that is all the questions that I have for you. Thanks for coming on.
Hey,
once again,
thank you
Kelly
very much.
Dietrich. And where can we reach you or get involved if we want to learn
Absolutely.
more about politics?
You can absolutely go to the Dole Institute of Politics website, which is a fantastic place to get started. They have a student advisory board that's always looking for more people. If you're interested in democratic politics and learning more about my organization and me, you can go to traindemocrats.org. You can also find me and Train Democrats on Twitter and all the social media places.
All right, well, that's all we have for today. Thanks for tuning in to Good Morning KU.
Where you go to college makes a statement about you. This place will become a part of you, your identity for life. The University of Kansas, a great place to be you.
Welcome back, I'm Ashley.
And I'm Jacob. This is your Tuesday Good Morning KU News Update. The Office of Public Safety issued an alert on Friday morning in regard to a sexual battery on campus. A female student reported that she was walking in the 1100 block of Louisiana Street when an unknown man touched her and then ran west towards Memorial Stadium. The description was of a white male in a pink t-shirt and jeans, wearing a baseball cap. If you recognize this man, please contact KU Crime Stoppers.
In sports, the KU football team lost the first game of the season in overtime. The Jayhawks fell 26-23 to Nicholls State on Saturday night at the David Booth Kansas Memorial Stadium. Quarterback Peyton Bender threw for 187 yards, 2 touchdowns, but KU couldn't keep the Colonels out of the end zone in the extra period. The Jayhawks will play at Central Michigan on Saturday.
The soccer team won 2 matches over the weekend at Rock Chalk Park. It took double overtime on Friday to beat Utah 2-1, and then on Sunday night, a late goal by junior Elise Reyna carried the Jayhawks to a 1-0 victory over Butler. KU is now 5-0-1 on the season and will play at Cincinnati on Thursday.
The volleyball team won 2 out of 3 in Kentucky this weekend. With all matches going to the deciding 5th set, the Jayhawks defeated Dayton and the College of Charleston on Friday before losing to 16th-ranked Kentucky on Saturday. KU is now 3-2 on the season and will host the Kansas Invitational this weekend in Horsch Family Athletic Center.
And finally, the cross-country team swept the Bob Timmons Classic on Saturday in dominating fashion. Both the men's and women's teams placed first through fifth to record perfect scores. Individual winners were Chase Hale and Catherine Liggett.
And that will wrap up for today's news update. Keep watching, and after the break, Madison will be back with the weather. Stay tuned.
Welcome back. So today we're just going to be taking a quick short look at the weather for the week because this is our first show, but I think it's going to be a fun ride. I'm going to be here every Tuesday at 12 and we're just going to be doing this together, learning this together. But yeah, so we'll just jump right into it. This week's forecast is going to be very simple. Okay, so today our high is going to be 82, mostly cloudy, and then we're going to have a southerly wind 10 to 15 miles per hour. But we do have a chance for some gusts up to 30 miles per hour. So you're gonna wanna keep an eye on that because those gusts are gonna be happening more and more as we move into the evening when we're gonna have a higher chance for severe thunderstorms. And that's pretty much the story for the rest of the week. We're gonna have a chance for severe thunderstorms through Tuesday through Friday, and then they could continue into Saturday and Sunday. Our best chance is gonna be tomorrow evening. I think that's our highest chance, and that's where we could see the most rain. But I would keep it in mind as you're making your plans, like keep looking at the weather this week because things are going to continue to change, it's going to continue to progress, but that chance is still very high. But we're also going to see our temperatures drop off as we move through the week. So like I said, today's high is 82, but as we move into tomorrow and Thursday, we're going to see our temperatures drop into the high 70s. And it's going to continue to stay that way till we move into the weekend. So it's going to be a nice precursor to fall weather, and we can kind of enjoy it while things are still kind of changing and the atmosphere is figuring itself out. So enjoy the weather, be prepared for these pop-up thunderstorms, and make sure that you're watching the weather just because we may have a chance for more severe stuff happening. So thank you so much for joining us today on our first show of the semester. I hope you have a wonderful week, and we will see you next time.